morning. I wanted to check in, kind of starting something new in the new year and working on some different stuff, I guess, but mainly just trying to figure out how I can maintain my vlog without losing my sanity, I guess. I'm trying to move my notes over here. I think I'm going to just check in. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm checking in on Mondays with my weight and do a weight update. And then I was going to do a plant update on Fridays. And then I'm like, well, what about my hair? So I'll probably do a hair update somewhere in the middle there. And it might be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm not sure. But I'm going to try and record on the weekends and be able to post throughout the week so I can keep content flowing. It's going to be busy. It's going to be a lot, but I'm going to try and stay ahead of the game better than I have been. But let me get you updated here. Day after tomorrow is New Year's, so that's how far behind I am from your lives. I've got a couple weeks of grace in there to keep me current. Anyways, okay. So my weight, I don't know if I think I told you my highest weight was 265. And then through fasting and just HCG and fasting and various different things in the last 6 months, I've gotten it down to 150, and I was kind of hovering at 150. I did that 5-day fast that I talked about in the last 2 videos. I did a full 5-day, 6-day fast from Sunday to Thursday or Friday. And I lost 10 pounds. And then right after that, I started the metformin. So I gained back because whenever you do a water fast, I do a water fast. I always gain at least 5 pounds back at the end because that's my body putting food back into my system and hydrating and all of that stuff. So today I'm weighing in at 238. So I'm down, I don't even know. I'll do the math next week, but this week I'm not really doing the math. Some stuff has changed since my last post. I had an appointment with my doctor for my 1-month follow-up with the metformin. No, not with metformin, with the phentermine. I am taking the phentermine. I've been on it for a month. In that month, I've lost about 7 pounds. That's not okay with me. I'd like to lose more than that in a month. I have 100 pounds to lose. So I have a ways to go, and I don't want to rush it, but I don't want to trickle it. Anyways, so my doctor looked through my lab work and she really wasn't pleased with it. I'm low on sodium, low on iodine. My triglycerides are high. My good cholesterol is low. My bad cholesterol is high. My overall cholesterol is fine, which is interesting. My glucose was way high. Who knows why? And then my A1C was 9.5. Not good at all. So she prescribed me metformin. She prescribed me a glucose monitoring system so I can take my blood every morning. She said that I could stay on the phentermine and just keep losing weight because overall the weight loss is going to help everything improve. Cholesterol, my blood pressure has been amazingly good lately. Anyways, I have notes and I have not even read from my notes yet. Okay. She asked me to take my glucose every morning when I first wake up. So a fasting glucose to see what it is in the morning. Well, I was shocked. The first morning, my glucose was 197. So normal people, I've never been normal in my life, it should be under 100. So I'm 97 points over where I'm almost double what I'm supposed to be. Well, that kind of scared me. I don't want to be type 2 diabetic. I don't want to allow that. I don't want to admit that. I don't want to say that, but I am. So I have to fix that. It can be fixed. It can be reversed. But here's my question. I pretty much did this to myself, and I know that for a fact because when I was 15 and 16, I started drinking Pepsi, a 32-ounce Pepsi. Every day at lunchtime, I would get one, and I'd drink it either all at lunchtime or throughout the day. Every day. I did that all the way till when I got married. I went from Pepsi to Mountain Dew. When I was pregnant with my oldest, I drank Mountain Dew the whole time. When I was pregnant with my next, I went to diet soda. So she was Diet Pepsi. And then my youngest was Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Mountain Dew, Diet whatever, Diet Coke. So I switched from regular sodas to diet sodas, but I was still putting that naturally sweet in me with the diet sodas. And it can confuse your body and make your body produce the insulin and think that you're having food just because your savory, your sweet senses are picking that up. So I've read, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a whatever dietitian, and I'm not a nutritionist. This is just my life. So take what I say and a grain of salt. I'm not telling you how to live. I'm not telling you how to do your thing. All of the things on my channel are just me and my experiences. So that aside. Okay. When I saw that my glucose was so high after that, I'm like, okay, let's see what it is tomorrow. 197 tomorrow. The next day, 195. The next day, 190. So it was coming down with the metformin. But then yesterday, it was 205. I'm like, holy cow. Well, I did have fudge right before I went to bed. So I started researching. Last night, I slept. The night before, I did a ton of research. And in that research, I read that if you're type 2 diabetes and you're trying to get your glucoses down so that they're not high in the morning when you wake up, because there's a thing called the dawn phenomenon. I'm pretty sure I have it because when I wake up, my blood sugar is super high and then it comes down through the day. I monitored it all day for a couple different days, but it never gets below 130 and it should be dipping lower than that. And when I hit 130, I start to feel weird. So my body might be used to higher blood sugar. Kind of like I think my body's used to higher blood pressure because when it gets down into that normal range, I feel weird. I know my weird is probably what I'm supposed to feel like, but anyways. So I have to lower my glucose so I can lower my A1Cs to get back down to where I'm supposed to be in that pre-diabetic, maybe even healthy range. What I learned through my research was it's better if you don't eat after 6 o'clock at night so that your body has a longer span of no food so it can process those blood sugars down. It's also better if you don't eat your breakfast until a little bit later. So have your water, do some moving, do some exercise maybe. I don't want to exercise. I have toyed with running, but I have too many dirty old men in this neighborhood and I am not going to be watched all the way down my road and all the way back my road because we live at the end of a cul-de-sac. Anyways, but I love running. So I don't want to buy a treadmill. Anyways, I did love running on my treadmill though. So no more food after 6 o'clock. And I went, my kids came over last night. It was 6:30 before they got here and they were expecting dinner and they wanted tuna casserole, which is pasta. So I'm like, okay, what can I make beside that so I can eat first before I eat the pasta? So I made a green bean casserole and I did eat that, which is way lower in carbs so that my body was taking in the vegetables prior to the pasta. I didn't eat very much of the pasta, which was good. I'm learning how to better feed my body. When I did my all-day glucose, I had eggs and sausage for breakfast, and it was 190 something before I ate, and then I ate, and then 2 hours later it was 150, and then 4 hours later it was 130. And I was like, well, maybe I won't eat until my blood sugar hits 100. But then I got to thinking, it's never going to because there's so much glucose in my body. It's still trying to push it all out. Oh, this is a long video. I'm only on the first paragraph of my notes. Oh no. Anyways, so I'm on metformin. I take my metformin at night with my Athletic Greens, my AG1. And it's an 8-ounce water and the AG1, and I absolutely it's great. I don't hate it, but it says to take it with your last meal. I need to do research on that and figure that out, and I'll put that in next week's notes. If it's important to take it with food for a reason, because I haven't had any adverse effects from taking it just with the supplement that I'm taking. I did notice that when I took my AG1 with my phentermine in the morning, it seemed like I was hungry by noon. So I stopped doing it in the morning. I started doing those two in the afternoon. So I take my phentermine in the morning. I take my AG1 with my metformin in the evening when I go to bed. Again, no weird side effects. I'm not like Some people say that you can have intestinal distress. You can either have diarrhea or constipation when you start taking metformin. And the day 3 or day 4, my body dumped everything out, and I've been fine ever since then. The metformin, I was very skeptical about starting it. I didn't want to. It really made me nervous because I don't like taking anything. I went on my whole life without taking meds, and now it's like, well, I'm taking diet pills, and now I'm taking metformin. My A1Cs are too high. If they're actually at that 9.5 and that was an accurate test, they're too high. I got to get it down. And that means I consistently have to keep it below 130. 130 is the magic number to keep my blood sugar lower than that, to keep it in that non-diabetic range. I did do a bunch of research on metformin once I had already started taking it. It was kind of cool though. She's like, don't take the metformin yet. Test your blood sugars for 2 weeks and just see where you are without the metformin. And then I'm like, but the metformin is going to help me. So why would I not get started right away? So I just got started right away on it. Anyways, metformin and berberine are very similar. Berberine is the natural one you can get over the counter. It's not regulated, so you don't know if you're getting actual berberine or you're getting just like cardboard or sawdust. But berberine, if you can get it in a more pure, substantial supply, berberine is great for people who are athletic and exercising and doing all that kind of stuff to help lower your A1Cs and your glucose. Metformin is more for sedentary people, and at this point in time, I'm going to be the sedentary person, but I might eventually move over to the berberine. But if you exercise when you're on metformin, it kind of cancels it out, which is interesting. I did not know that. A lot of the longevity community is prescribed metformin, and I'm not. It's got something to do with the free radicals and all those stuff. I haven't done enough research in that department to know exactly what it is. I just know it's very big. So one of the side effects of metformin is an appetite suppressant. It makes you not hungry. So I've got phentermine in the morning, makes me not hungry and gives me energy. And I have this weird clarity throughout the day. I love it. And then in the evening, I take the metformin and my AG1. And again, that AG1 is supposed to be clarity too. AG1 is a supplement. I love it. It kind of fills in the gaps for people who don't eat the right vegetables and the right minerals and all that stuff. I am low on a lot of things. I have to change my intake of food to fix those things. So I'm going to be eating more salmon, and I'm going to be incorporating things that have the iodine, because I don't have enough iodine, or sodium, because we eat sea salt. We don't eat regular sodium, regular salt. So I have to change this, but the Athletic Greens helps me to better level out some of that stuff. And I didn't start any of that until I had already done my first blood work, because I didn't want it to affect my blood work. But now I'm on it, and the doctor is cool with it. She thinks it's great. She goes, it's one of the best supplements that she would recommend for me to take during all of this. There's a lot of stuff. My new routine with food that I'm going to start as of today, because I couldn't start it this morning because the kids woke up and they went, I want biscuits and gravy. And I went, oh. I did, however, make the biscuits half to a third of the size. Instead of making 5 giant ones, I made 8 little ones. 10 little ones, and I had one with a lot of gravy and meat on it instead of a giant biscuit with a little bit of gravy and meat on it. I make my gravy from scratch. It's got like a little bit of flour in it, but mostly it's just milk and bacon or sausage and grease, which is whatever. It's bacon grease. It's, in my world, it's an okay because there's not much flour in it, because I control the ingredients. My biscuits are made from scratch also. They're mostly flour, but they also have butter and milk in them. So it honestly, when I can control the ingredients, and I know there's 4 ingredients in the item, I would be more likely to eat it than to go and eat one at a restaurant, because I don't know what's in theirs. Back to my routine. My food routine that I'm going to try and do, because I have figured out that I cannot drink coffee with creamer in it in the morning. If I were to make the coffee, it'd be fine, but when I'm drinking Starbucks coffee, it doesn't work because it's got too many carbs in it. It jacks my sugars up too. It's not sugar-free. So my tea, I can make sugar-free. Hot tea, I love my black tea, my chai tea, vanilla chai tea by, I don't know, Celestial or something like that. And My creamer is sugar-free and it has like 1 carb. So I'm allowing up to 20 carbs a day, basically. I know that's not what a diabetic doctor would recommend because they don't want to cure you. They want to treat you. That's my opinion. I really feel strongly about that. It is my opinion that doctors do not want to cure you. They want to treat you. And the longer they can treat you, the more money they can get. So they just continue to treat you. I want to cure myself. So in order to cure myself, I'm cutting my carbs. Why am I cutting my carbs? People will say, oh, you can't live without carbs. You know what? You can live without them because your body knows how to fix things like that. And there were not those carbs in our diets 100, 200 years ago. We had natural things. There's people that live on the carnivore diet. They have no carbs going in. They are eating fat and meat. That's it. Vegetables are great. I love them. I will eat them. They're natural carbs. It's different. There's fiber in them and totally whatever. Anyways, I don't want to eat my first meal until I'm actually hungry. So I've been kind of watching the last couple of weeks and I have been eating breakfast with Terry every morning at 7:00. I'm not hungry. It makes me full. I've been eating I used to eat 3 to 4 eggs before and sausage or bacon. And now I was eating 2 and I was feeling just like sick for the next 4 hours. So I had yesterday 1 egg and a little bit of sausage and I was good. And that was at 9:30 in the morning. I hadn't even eaten until 9:30, which was amazing. So not hungry early in the morning. I take my pill, I drink my tea, I kind of wake up a little bit and I start my day. When I get hungry, then I will eat. So I'm stretching that window of fasting from 6 p.m. till whenever I can stand it in the next day. So that's my first thing. I'm not going to eat until I'm hungry. I'm not putting food in me at 7 a.m. anymore. I will make myself a breakfast if I need to, or I will put some hard-boiled eggs and some bacon and stuff in my refrigerator at school and be prepared. I can go buy those little cheese pre-cuts, whatever. String cheese are kind of kryptonite to me because I'll eat like 9 of them. But so I have to plan for that. Maybe I just pack a lunch of just 1 day's worth of food so I don't have the temptation of it. If I eat at 11 o'clock or 10:30, which is I usually get hungry around 10:30. If I eat at 10:30, then I'm not going to be eating again until dinner time because I'm not going to want to eat at noon because that's lunchtime. My lunch break is at 11 o'clock at school. So it's too close to 10:30. I won't want to eat again. I'll go for a walk or something. That puts me at dinner time between 5 and 6. And if it's after 6, I can't eat. I'm just going to tell myself, sorry, you missed the window. You have to wait till tomorrow. It's just like doors closed, refrigerators, kitchen's off. It's done. Can't eat. I will make him food. There's plenty of food in the house. He will eat. He will not starve to death. He's got 40 to 50 pounds that he needs to lose as well. So he's not going to die. But I have to have a plan. So breakfast is later, dinner will be earlier. So that means my eating window is going to be in more of a 6-hour window. And that's going to give me that 6 hour eating, 18 hours of fasting, which is kind of like intermittent fasting. And it's a better window of time for my body to heal and recover. Anyways, dinner, when we eat it, it's going to be a protein and a veggie. So I'm going to be redoing my refrigerator as soon as my youngest goes back to college and clearing out all the not good food that are in there, and working on getting some frozen veggies that he will eat. I will not buy him carrots and corn because those are really high in sugar. So it'll be broccoli and green beans and peas. He loves his corn though. We've got some. I'm just not going to buy more. He is on board with doing this with me. I just need to get him on the scale to see where his starting point is. He doesn't want to get on the scale because he's ashamed, embarrassed, disappointed in himself. But I know that that's what we need to do. So I'll get him on the scale and get a starting point for him. I think that's a really good obtainable goal for the next few weeks. I have a big trip to Florida in 3 weeks, probably about the week this is coming out. I'm very excited about it, but I want to be down at least 20 pounds before then. So I'm looking forward to that and hopefully I can accomplish that. Anyways, here's to healthier, happier you and me. Take care. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate the time that you spent listening to me ramble on and keeping up with my posts and my life and my journey to achieve my bucket list. Just for whatever it's worth, I just want to make a statement that everything in these videos is just my life experience. I am not a doctor or a nutritionist. I am not certified in anything. I might be certifiable, but I am in the process of my journey, and I'm sharing my journey with you. If you learn something that you like, do your own research, make your own goals, set your own standards. This is just what I'm doing. So I'm not telling you to do it. I get my information from a variety of doctors and studies and people, and I tend to not listen to my doctor, and I am not advising that to anybody. Doctors go to school to learn things. Most of them actually know what they're talking about. But if you don't agree with your doctor, take the time to learn for yourself, do the research. Anyways, here's to a healthier, happier you and me. Let's do this.